This is David Mackey, your host of Melanin News TV. Hey guys, there's a story out of New York where a father and son that has a black-owned business did over $500 million in real estate transactions in 1 year. Now, National Title Abstract, a title insurance firm based in New York, is one of the very few black-owned enterprises in that area. Now, the company's CEO, Osei Rubie, and his son, Nadir, are both equipped with decades of experience in real estate and also within their previous family-owned businesses that they run. Now, in March of 2015, Osei Rubie established the National Standard Abstract to provide title insurance services to several real estate transactions, which included mixed uses, office space, amusement parks, hospitals, affordable housing, and faith-based real estate development projects. Now, aside from Mr. Rubie's 10 years of experience within the industry, he also credits his family's influence in his career. His Costa Rican grandfather, as well as his parents, were all entrepreneurs. He grew up surrounded by their family businesses, which included a clothing retail store, a restaurant, and even a toy company. Now, Rubie was involved with the operations of his family's businesses since he was a little kid. And when he graduated high school, that served as a training ground for his future endeavors within entrepreneurship. So guys, it's a very positive story that can really impact our community, because we see a lot of times we don't really grow up to see people with businesses in our family. We were told as a little kid to go to school, go to college, get a good job and work. But guys, that's not the way. In this day and age, there's so many opportunities where you can become an entrepreneur. Even though you didn't see it growing up, we still don't have to work the 9 to 5 and work for a corporation. We can work for ourselves and build legacy for our families. Now you see, based on the story, that Mr. Rubie grew up surrounded around entrepreneurs, so he was influenced by what he saw. A lot of times that doesn't happen. We don't grow up around entrepreneurs a lot of times. We see our parents go to work. We see our parents slave on a slave ship. And there's nothing bad about that, but to see that what he saw growing up really impacted him, and he got to build a legacy for his family. Because you see, not only did he start a real estate title company by himself, he added his son along with it. So now his son is an entrepreneur. So they can pass their legacy on to their kids. His grandchildren can become entrepreneurs. His great-grandchildren become entrepreneurs. That's building a legacy for our family and for the community. A lot of times we see where in our families, we don't leave anything for our children. We may leave debt, we leave memories, we leave stress sometimes, but a lot of times we don't leave anything for our children to take and pass on to their children. We may leave things for our daughters for their wedding. We may leave a wedding dress or something cherishable or some family heirloom. But what are you leaving for your family that they can take to their kids and to their kids' kids? We have to build legacies for our families. Think about entrepreneurship, think about how we can grow, because there's so much money to be made in society, but we don't want to go out the easy way and just work and not leave something for our family. And guys, just from a personal story, my grandfather was an entrepreneur. He had a landscaping company for years. But with that, he taught my dad, he taught my uncles and aunts how to cut grass, how to take care of lawns, how to lay mulch, how to dig dirt. And he passed it on to them, even though they didn't want to go into the business. When my grandfather he died on with a legacy. They had a business. He only had a 6th grade education, but he grinded, he worked hard, and he believed in his business. Even though he didn't know anything about marketing, he knew word of mouth, he knew relationships. He knew how to build relationships. Even when people were racist toward him, he still shook hands, did his business, and went about his way. But what happened when my grandfather passed, the business passed as well, because it wasn't left and passed to the next generation. My uncle took over the business, but it wasn't the same as when my grandfather took over the business. So God will leave you with that story that when we build businesses, we have to teach our kids and train them more so for that generation. So if you're building a business now, you can train your kids on social media and how to market it that way. Even though you didn't know about it back then, you can teach your kids how to market through social media, how to brainstorm for ideas, how to take their business to new heights. You took the business, let's say, from 1968 to 1998. Your child can take that business from 1998 to 2026 because of the new ways of business are being run now. So guys, I want to leave you with that. That's all I really have for you today. I want to tell you guys to please like this video and comment down below on your thoughts about this story. I think it's a very positive story that can impact our community in a positive way. And guys, also please subscribe to my channel. Also guys, I always want you to remember, only we can create the change in our communities. And guys, with that being said, take care.